Hey guys, Luke Washington out here doing a little shooting with the Leica system. Got the new Amplus 6 and also the Geovid Pro AB Pluses. So we're going to jump in and tell you all the new features of these new optics.
Introducing the Leica Geovid Pro and Geovid Pro AB Plus. These sport optics from Leica combine optical performance with innovative technology. These optics are built with durable, ergonomic rubber armor designed to endure a variety of environmental conditions in the field. Both are compact and offer a good grip and are easy to handle. Utilizing Leica's exclusive unique prisms with specialized coatings, it provides rich detail, sharpness, and color fidelity for quick target acquisition. The 10x magnification is complemented by a wide field of view for enhanced low light glassing in the mornings and evenings when game is most active. The Geovid Pro AB Plus is equipped with cutting-edge internal sensor technology for angle compensation, air pressure, and temperature, all of which are factors to be included when determining the point of impact. New for 2025, the Geovid Pro AB Plus features shot probability analysis developed through the collaboration between Leica Sport Optics and Applied Ballistics. This innovative tool assesses the likelihood of hitting a target by evaluating the distance, wind speed, rifle precision, and bullet velocity, helping shooters make a more informed decision in the moment of truth.
All right guys, we're at the range here testing out the Amplus 6 and putting the test on the Geovid Pro AB Pluses and all the technology that are built into these binos. So I actually have the Leica app open and I'm on the shot probability analysis feature page. And so what's in this shot probability analysis is you have all of your graph settings. So you can look at, what kind of target type we're shooting at. So this is a circle steel target. You can change in between your different types of graphs or shot simulation. Have your input for your yardage, target diameter up at 48 inches. Crosswind today, we have a little bit of a crosswind. I'm shooting factory Hornady ammo, 143 grain ELDX. It's a 6.5 Creedmoor that we're shooting. Muzzle velocity, rifle precision in the MOA, I'm at 1.5, gonna leave all that. And another thing that's awesome, that the connection between the app and the binos is the onboard environmental conditions. So in here, it'll tell you, you can do it to where it's getting temperature from your local weather station or the binos, or you can manually input it, but I just have it on the binos because that's the point of the binos. There's so much technology built into them. So we're gonna continue to take some longer shots and see how it performs.
Pair these binos with the Amplus 6 with easy, reliable turret adjustments for a system built to perform on any adventure. Brandon Mason and I recently sat down with Leica's own Ryan Holm to learn more about this historic optics company.
Hi. And I will say, using the Leica app for what it is, it's very well thought out and dialed in. Yeah. Talking about, a new feature for the AB Plus this year is the shot probability analysis. Try to get into that a little bit because I think it's so new and it's like something that I think people can really catch on to when doing a lot of learning and shooting at the range, and more of a confidence build more than anything. So
as a new shooter or an experienced shooter, where that kind of the shot probability analysis came from, which is called SPA. It came from the military world of WEZ, the weapon employment zones. So it's basically being able to take all of your data and then make an educated choice or a decision based on that information. And so it's kind of more of a test. It's like you have to really be honest about your accuracy. It's kind of like working out. You're like, did you finish the workout or did you not? Dead center. And some people will
cut it a little short.
They'll cut a little short and say that they finished the workout, but they really didn't, and then you're short changing yourself. It might be the same thing with shooting your rifle. You might say that you're accurate, but you know how accurate. What SPA essentially is once you get your gun profile set up, so you have all your information in the app, your ego might say like, I'm a 0.5 mil shooter, or I'm a half MOA shooter, because that's who I am. And you're like, well, are you? And this tool might help you with that. Like, you can enter in all your data, you can put in feet per second, your confidence score of like how accurate you feel like you are, and figure out, and that will give you essentially an end result to say, you could be, 65% accurate at 700 yards with the data and all the stuff that you have in there. Now, are you willing to take that shot? And so that to me is just like more of a feedback loop than anything. It's like getting feedback from a friend about your hunting, how you hunt or whatever you do. It's just another way to get another piece of feedback that you may have not got before.
Yeah, no, it's almost like it's a built-in simulation, and I kind of find myself using it at home. Like, I wonder what my accuracy is at this yardage. And then you can change your different targets as well inside the app, and then go to the range the next day and run the test and see how proficient you are at the yardages.
What's the difference? I mean, obviously there's color difference, which I kind of dig the blaze orange color. I think it's cool. But what's the difference between the two? So you have the Geovid Pro, and then you have the Geovid Pro AB Plus.
Yep, and so the Geovid Pro standard comes with ultralight as far as like applied ballistics. So you might just get kind of like the standard applied ballistics, not the full suite.
Kind of like a bare bones system.
Yeah, kind of a bare bones system. So it's a shooter that might be new. They don't need all the extra data. They don't need all the SPA. They might only be shooting out to 100 to 300 yards, and they feel pretty comfortable with what they're doing. And then if you want to, you can actually upgrade your software from ultralight to elite. Obviously giving you more data to use at the elite level. And then if you want to make the jump, this has everything that the Pro has, but it has the SPA calculator in it as well. And it's also on board the binocular, which is something that's like the one selling point is like Leica is the only company right now that actually has shot probability or WES on board the binocular. The nice thing about that is that if I'm hunting or if I'm at a match, if I'm using my binoculars and I've done all my stuff in my Leica app, I've got all my shot probability stuff dialed, I don't have to do that anymore in the app.
Right.
So now I'm just like holding up my binoculars, getting my range, and then I set my SPA as my fourth value in my readout, and then now it's just right there in the binocular. So now I've just simplified everything. I'm not on the app anymore. I'm just here, and I'm looking at my target, and I'm on my scope.
Yeah, so that's way more efficient from a hunting scenario standpoint, because a lot of times you don't have, several minutes to do all that stuff in the app necessarily. Sometimes, but not all the time in the field.
And so I think with this, people can not exceed their limits of what they're actually capable of, but get them out on the range and just be more proficient with their weapon.
Yep.
So
if nothing else, this is another touch point to make you more confident ultimately in the field on an animal, which confidence usually breeds success in ethical shots.
another cool feature that is very beneficial for any type of user. I mean, we all run some sort of navigation system in the field. Your guys' new Protrack system that you guys connect with Google Maps, Leica Ballistics app, and then Base Map as well. That is an awesome system. So being able to range and, you have an elk over there, you range in, you simultaneously drop a pin on your phone. And, after you take the shot and you get over there, sometimes like it's in the dark or you're trying to find your way around and it can be kind of difficult. So kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we're partnering with Base Maps and we're also going to be partnering with Onyx. So we'll be done with that here pretty soon. So what's nice about that is that if you're ranging, you're looking at a mountain, we've all walked down into a ravine and obviously your perspective changes as you're hunting.
Yeah, it looks so different.
It looks so different at the bottom as opposed to what you're looking at top. And you're like looking at an object and then you come to look at that object that you're going to walk towards is totally shifted. And so by able to look at that and be like, okay, the elk is in that little meadow or that little bench or that little opening, and I want to walk directly towards that, I can range it, get the pin, save it, say, elk, and then it's all saved. And so now you can actually walk towards that pin.
So do both of these models have that option?
Yep, and that'll be just like a software upgrade. So like if you have the Geovid Pros, like you just get the benefit of that. So when you're thinking about all these things and all these purchases and all what you're making, when I think about buying a pair of Pros, like you're buying the hardware, but then you're buying all the software stuff that we're doing with it.
Yeah, it's not like, well, I purchased this and they're not cheap, right? They're premium optics. And then you come out with something cool software wise in a year or two, you're not out. You just easy update.
Another thing I really want to touch on is Leica's rifle scopes. I feel like they're very overlooked in the grand scheme of like just all scopes in general.
This model is a 3-18 by 44 featuring an MOA turret. It is a second focal plane scope combined with a BDC reticle. Like all Leica products, this scope too comes equipped with premium state-of-the-art lens coating technology that provides rich detail, sharpness, and color fidelity. The magnification adjustments on the Amplus 6 is exceptionally smooth, allowing the user to stay on target while zooming in. The elevation turret adjustments are sleek and distinct, making for easy, quick adjustments in the field. This scope is equipped with an extra fine illuminated reticle, which can be turned on or off depending on the user's preference. An illumination dial is located on the left side of the scope, allowing for easy brightness adjustments. Like most rifle scopes that Leica offers, this model also includes a parallax dial for quick and easy adjustment for when adjusting or focusing at variable distances.
They're very well built, they're robust, and they're durable. And they're simple. I mean, like a simple guy like me can just take this out, figure it out, you know what I mean? So, and that's what I really appreciate about it. So kind of bringing all these different pieces together. So
yeah, and that's what the Amplus line was designed for. Is you have like a simple reticle adjustment. So to get your zero, just untwist. Once you make your adjustment and you get that, you just untwist this, pull the cap off, and then just put it back on your zero, and then you're zeroed. So it's got a pretty easy parallax on your left. And then illuminated dot. So if you're shooting an illuminated dot, because when you're shooting, obviously your eye naturally wants to find center, right? Mm-hmm. And so some of you might on the crosshair, you might have the whole crosshair illuminated, which I think distracts from like what you're actually trying to look at. And so that's where the Amplus line is specifically for hunters, a bunch of different reticles. We came out with the new ballistic 2 reticle, which is a little bit more clean. So if you're needing a simplified reticle, some people get stressed out when they're looking through a reticle and has like a billion Christmas trees, and like they might not even be a holdover shooter, right? Like most hunters today are probably just dialing, and so just being able to have a little bit easier view of what you're looking through, and then just like obviously the glass quality is that same that you're expecting from Leica. So it's pretty competitively priced as well.
Yeah. And I do like what I do like about the illuminated reticle is it's very precise. It's not like you say, it's not covering the entire center of this, the scope. It's very precise, and you can change the brightness obviously as well. So number one thing that stands out to me in the Leica line of all products is the quality of glass, and like you say, the durability of stuff. It's like you're investing in a piece of equipment, you want it to last many years beyond, like you want to be able to hand it down to your kids potentially, and I just see that. And so could you just talk about some of the build, like on the types of coatings that are on the glass that make it unique, and what's unique to Leica?
The product team there is that they're really thinking about how Leica has a more of an open ecosystem with everything that they're designing, so everything's interconnected. So as opposed to just thinking like I'm gonna buy a single rifle scope or a pair of binoculars or a handheld rangefinder or a thermal or a spotting scope, or I'm going to have a ballistics, applied ballistics quantum app, and everything's disconnected, not working together. Leica is really thinking about how can we make this the easiest user experience for a new shooter or a really experienced shooter. If you're investing in a pair of Geovid Pros, which can be pretty pricey, but worth it. I think what was the phrase that you have is
buy once or cry once, or buy once cry once. Yeah.
And so it's like. It's buying, it's investing in a pair of binoculars, and then maybe you get, on the Leica Ballistics app, even on the Leica Ballistics app, we have our new Ballistics 2 reticle, which you can upload the reticle actually into the app. And then once you're actually in the app, you can look at all your subtensions of the reticle. So, like old school wise, remember we used to tape, write on a piece of paper and then
Right.
tape it to your buttstock and all your subtensions. You can at least get all your subtensions and then shoot to those and make sure that all those are accurate.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's review. Remember to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We got tons of videos coming out on gear just like this. And also, you got to check out Eastmans Hunting TV and Beyond the Grid. We'll see you next time.